Sir, the Fed has gone insane and they're not going to listen to your warning. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Mick Alphaname. This article here is from foxbusiness.com and it's titled Yield Curve Pioneer Warns Fed Not to Raise Rates, warns them. They're not going to listen to that. No way. And they can't. They literally can't. You just saw inflation go up, didn't you? And it went up. It went up also when they paused for that one moment. And I said it was going to go back up, and it did. It's just logical. What they have done has left irreparable damage to the economy, and it's a rinse and repeat cycle. But it's a devastating cycle. You know, it's just leading lower and lower to worse and worse places. It says predicts possible recession in 2024. Come on now. You don't get economist after economist. And now you have this guy, a yield curve pioneer, saying that, hey, there's something bad coming. And we've been covering these articles all year. Well, on my other channels, all year, we've had pro economist after pro economist and expert after expert saying something bad is coming. That's not a recession. It's not. That's why we continue to cover these articles and put this news out there. Hey, what the people do with it is up to them. But it says predicts possible recession in 2024. No, with as many warnings as people have been issuing, we're looking at a depression. It's already setting in. What's going on with the economy in Germany? Come on now. What's going on with the economic climate in Europe overall? Come on. Listen, there's a global, because everybody, see, this is the problem with a lot of these financial institutions. First of all, they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. This is why a lot of people are pulling their capital out of the banks, out of the financial system, because the people are starting to become abreast and privy to the fact that these individuals don't know what they're doing. They're playing with your capital and they're mistreating you and your capital. So a lot of people are pulling those out and going into other things, getting higher yield, putting it into gold, putting it into silver, putting it into fine art. Some people put it into real estate, although, you know, that's a little bit questionable right now because a lot of that capital can be locked up and become illiquid. But hey, to each his own. But one thing they're doing, there's massive deposit flight from the banks. You can't trust those banks. Oh yeah, let me not forget, there are some people going to Bitcoin as well. Although, you know, hey, to each his own, but that's a little bit questionable in my humble opinion, as long as, you know, they're continuing to FUD Bitcoin and try to crash it. But hey, let's get back to this article here. It says yield curve. And without that FUDing, Bitcoin might be having a pretty successful run right now in manipulation. It says yield curve pioneer Campbell Harvey warned the Federal Reserve against raising rates again later this year. They have to. They can't not now after you see what just occurred with inflation. And those numbers are highly, highly manipulated. We all know this. But here's the problem. You cannot reverse year after year after year of a loose monetary policy and cowboy financial movements. You can't do that within a short time span like this. Not only that, at some point, they will realize, hey, we caused too much damage in key ways. That epiphany is going to occur. Right now, what they're doing, they allow a little bit of inflation to go up. The people beg them to bring it back down. They raise interest rates. The banks can't sustain that. It's not going to happen. Commercial real estate coming down on their head, tighter regulations for the banks. They cannot sustain that. It's not. And so that's going to cause even more deposit flight. I'm telling you now, as soon as some of those banks go down again, and it's coming, I don't know when, maybe the next year or so, when those banks go down, people are going to run from those banks. First of all, gold is going to skyrocket. I keep saying that because it happened before. It's going to happen again. But the banking industry will lose more trust. They had a lot of polls out earlier this year where the trust in the banks was at an all-time low. That's going to go even lower. Let's read this little tidbit here. It says, Harvey credited with forwarding the utilization of the yield curve to predict longer-term market issues like recession, also told, quote, the climbing countdown, quote, unquote, current Bureau of Labor Statistics and GDP figures might be distorted in real time by nationwide issues like rising credit card debt. And I was telling people this. I don't think they were really listening. The people, and this is how they manipulate information. The mainstream media, the Fed, keeps saying, well, the consumers are doing great. Everything's going well. The U.S. economy is okay. The banks are okay. This is what they keep telling the people. And I was telling people, hey, listen, there's actual information out here, articles written by experts that are saying that people are living off of credit. Drop that on their table. Nobody blinks an eye. Nobody says anything about it. Then I say, hey, look at these charts. And I wasn't the only one covering this aspect. I said, look at these charts. M2 money is at depression level. People have run out of savings. And you know what's insane about that? What's insane about that? The Fed came out with some article, some member of the Fed. There's always some random member of some Fed in some state somewhere that comes out and says something. And they said something like, oh, the people may still have some of that, redacted stimulus money in their accounts. And we may need to continue to drain that. What? Looking at the charts, the actual data, the people have run out, the bulk of the people in the United States have run out of savings and money in their checking accounts at an all-time low till it's depression levels, like confirmed multiple times by multiple experts. So you see how they manipulate information? So of course they're living off of credit. But here's what's going on right now. They're maxing out their credit. So where does all of this lead to? Where's the money going to come from? Right? That's flowing through the economy. Where's the money going to come from? Food prices continue to skyrocket. Gas went up a little bit. Then you're looking at the OPEC plus cuts. That's going to drive things up even more. We haven't even begun to feel the effects of the OPEC plus cuts. So when that happens later, and then transportation costs go up, and then food prices also go up more, that affects everything. What happens then? I mean, how long can the Fed and others continue to tell the people, and better yet, how long will the people continue to accept this nonsense that everything is okay? They don't have to get caught unaware. I mean, whatever precautionary measures the people take is up to them, not financial advice. But I would say it's definitely time to start taking a look at things in a more realistic way, in my humble opinion. It says here, Harvey credited with forwarding the utilization of the yield curve to predict longer-term market issues like recession, also told that the climbing countdown. Statistics and GDP figures might be distorted in real time by nationwide issues like rising credit card debt. The yield curve, which depicts ultimate yields for long-term and short-term bonds, remains inverted. Host Liv Kleiman said, reporting that 3-month treasuries appear to be paying out more than longer-term T-bills. Quote, that's a signal a recession is coming, but where is it? This recession. Once again, I say depression. My humble opinion. What do you mean, where is it? It's here right now. TikTok video after TikTok video, you have people making these videos declaring, hey, we don't have any money. Hey, it's hard to find a job. Although they say, well, there's all these jobs out here. Well, are they hiring? What type of jobs are they? What do they pay? Right? Wage growth versus inflation. How does that look? Affordability of living. How are the people living? It's here right now, right in front of everyone's face. They're spending more money and able to bring home less groceries. What do you mean? Where's the recession? Where's the depression? Where is it? It's right here. Just take a look. Take a look at the people on the ground. That's where it is. So now that you have that information, folks, what are you going to do with it? Recession is either here or is coming or something. Apparently, according to them, where is it? They can't see it. So until next time, let's get to the Monday.